Hey everyone, this is Callie with Callie's Trucking Adventures, and I just wanted to do a somewhat quick video check-in with you guys. I haven't done a video since the day after I was in that Hurricane Nicholas down in Houston, and so, you know, I felt like it was definitely time to go on ahead and check in with you guys and let you know that I'm still here. I hope everyone's doing fabulous. I have had I had a really challenging time from that night in the hurricane when I was out there in the dark, you know, where you can't see anything and everything's blowing, and the couldn't see in my rearview mirror. I mean, not my rearview mirror, but I couldn't see my side mirror. I couldn't see anything. I was you know, wet and cold and all of that stuff, and challenged and pushed beyond. Then on to the next, you know, the next day wasn't too bad of a time. I made it a pretty good distance. Ended up having to sleep in a way station, and then the following day when I went to dropped my trailer just fine. That all went nice and smooth. I was able to just get right in there. I was really proud of myself. Backed it in, got it unhooked, did my drop trailer notification, and then I went on to go pick up another trailer and empty, and oh my gosh, there the struggle began. And I fought with the landing gear for probably at least 55 minutes before I tried everything I can think of to do. I was hanging on, and I was doing everything that I could think to possibly do. I honestly thought, oh my God, I'm gonna give myself a freaking aneurysm. Felt like a pain right here. It was like 104 degrees over there in Loveland, Colorado that day. And I, you know, moved backwards, moved forward. I mean, just did everything I could think to do. And then finally I was like, you know what, forget this. I'm just going to unhook from this one. I'm going to go find another one. You know, I don't give up easy. Obviously, I'm kind of hard-headed. And so I was just like, oh, I'm determined. Well, anyway, I went to unhook from it, and I couldn't unhook from it. My release handle would not come, it would not release. So I kind of knew to kind of back up a little bit and then, you know, try to see if that was going to relieve it. That didn't relieve it. So then I called my good friend, Miss Gypsy, and asked her because she had just told me she had kind of had to help somebody with that. So I was like, okay, what do I need to do to get unhooked to get this release handle unhooked? And, you know, she told me to, you know, just back up and try what I kind of already had been trying to do, and that didn't work. And then I noticed that I had a gap in between my skid plate and my apron. And so I was like, okay, well, that's the problem. That's what's holding that, where it's not letting me release. And so again, though, I, you know, couldn't get that landing gear to go the right way. And so then it was time to really reach out to Willie, you know, the Million Mile Man, and have him help me. And so him and Willie and his brother, they both help me understand some things. First of all, the landing gear handle, you know, they're on some of the trailers, you have to shake it back and forth instead of just turning it directly. And that was really so helpful. I had no idea. And so I'll definitely be using that trick going forward as well. And you know, we realized, and we tried a bunch of things, and I realized what I had to do, and which was to get that trailer down. And so I finally hung up with them. I was like, okay, well, I get what I have to do. I said, I am shaking. This might sound like I am a wimp. It might sound like I'm a weakling. It might sound like I'm a wussy, whatever. But I am totally just spent. I am spent. My muscles I'm literally shaking. And I was literally shaking. And I know I'm not really a wimp, but man, I'll tell you what. I think it's everything, the combination of everything that I had already been through, and then being tired, you know, all of those things together. I had not had a day down in 10 days, or 2 weeks actually. It had been 2 weeks since I had reset or even had a day off. And I, you know, had done, gosh, in that time I did that one big load all the way from Washington. Actually, it really started in Portland, so we could really count from Portland to Wenatchee, Washington, then to Pasco, then all the way down to Shelby, Tennessee. So I did that one, and then I had about 3 other short ones, and then I had that fourth one, at least 3, it might have been 4. Things just so meld so much together. And I just think that all those things together, I mean, I was really thinking, gosh, is this even worth this? So what the heck am I doing? This is just crazy. And I was really feeling like overwhelmed and just tired, and I felt like, man, I don't know if I can honestly really do this or not. My gosh. Or if honestly, and I'm going to always be honest with you guys, the feelings have passed, but it was what I was going through at the time. I was like, is this really even worth this? As hard as you're out here working and as many hours as you put into this and no days off and, this and that, is it really worth it? And I had already decided that no matter what, I wasn't taking an immediate load. I needed to take a break. And so I wasn't going to do a reset, but I was going to go back to, I was going to find a truck stop, and I was going to not take a load till the next day. So in the midst of all of this, they kind of tell me, okay, this is what you're going to have to do. And I said, you know what, I'm going to grab one of these yard dogs. They've been watching me struggle with this for like over an hour now. And, I'm not always one to call out for help or anything like that or expect people to help me. And I try to just get through it myself, which isn't always the smartest thing, and I know that. And so, I was like, told them, okay, Willie and Jarvis, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and I know what I need to do. I'm going to go ahead and hang up. I'm going to grab one of these yard dogs, and I'm going to get this situated. And so, I looked out, there was nobody there. I was like, oh, goodness gracious, I'm not going to hunt them down, and I'm not going to wait for however long it's going to take for them to come back around. So I went back and, decided to fight with that darn thing some more. So instead of having the landing gear handle, vertical, there's that vertical horizontal. So instead of having it horizontal, I ended up turning it where it was kind of at an angle, and so that it was kind of like not really rubbing against, but kind of rubbing against the skirt a little bit, but not like too much, but it was actually turning it. And so because there was points I wasn't even sure which way to go anymore. I was just like, I don't know if I'm going the right way, I don't know if I'm going the wrong way. I am just like so flipping over this freaking situation. And so I went on ahead and was turning it towards the front of the truck, and it ended up moving when I was turning it without it actually having the handle directly out. It ended up being able to move. It was kind of going slow, but I was able to get it to move. And then ultimately I finally heard a clank, and when I heard the clank, I was like, oh, thank you God, thank you God, thank you God. And so I just went on ahead and straightened it up, and well, actually I don't think I straightened it up yet, because I was having really good luck with it at that angle. And so I ended up going on ahead and just giving it a few more cranks, and then finally I could see that it was starting to come down a little bit. And so then I straightened it out, shoved it into the first gear or the high gear. I think it's the low, I don't know if it's the lower or the high gear, but I'm sure somebody will probably tell me. But I know I don't always get all the verbiage correct on all of this stuff, and I apologize. Willie did train me actually very well. It's me, it's definitely not him. I just I'm working on getting all this verbiage down and actually sounding like I know what I'm actually talking about. And so anyway, so finally got that bugger down, and I was able to release that latch, and I was so grateful. I felt like I had been set free. And in the meantime of all of this that had happened, I got a load, and the load was actually, I had already turned down a load that was going to take me to Salt Lake because it was really a heavy load. It was a load of beer from the Anheuser-Busch, and I already knew it was going to be heavy. It wasn't paying that good, and I already knew I was going to spend a bunch of money just on the fuel that it was going to take me to get over those mountains to come from Colorado down to Salt Lake. So I had already turned that one down. So I received another load, and this load was actually taking me home, and it was taking me to Idaho Falls. and it wasn't paying much better than the other load was. And for a minute, I was picking it up there at the yard. I wasn't going to have to go anywhere. And so for a minute, I kind of contemplated not taking the load. And then I thought, you know what? I believe that God is working and answering my prayers right now, even though I was not going to take a reset. And even though I was not planning on going home, I felt like, I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity. For whatever reason, it's landed right in my lap. And I'm going to go on ahead and go home for a minute and get a reset and just kind of, get myself back together and pull myself back together again, and get ready to trudge on forward. So I ended up going home. I was home for a couple of days. Actually, I took a little bit over 34, but I had some things I needed to get done. I was finally able to go and get my business banking account done for my LLC at the credit union there. And I had another project that I had wanted to really get done, and I was able to get that accomplished. And here in a little while, I will be revealing that to you guys. And just able to, like I said, get a little bit of downtime and get some hugs and loves from my little great baby niece. And my sister and them had just got a new little puppy, and so I got some puppy loves and some baby loves. And so I really felt a lot. I don't know how happy my fleet manager was with me about that, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do for you. Money is not the most important thing, and although money is important, it's not the most important. And I'll tell you what, honestly, before, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I really honestly thought, I wouldn't just quit in the middle of this. There's no way I would do that, because I have I've made a commitment. I'm going to finish out this commitment, and I also know that you should always stick with everything that you're trying to do for at least 1 year, to be certain that you're not going to that you can't do it or not. I know I can do it. It's not about can I or can I not do this. I know I can do this, but do I want to do this? That's the question, and I'm not questioning that so much. But that brings me around to my settlement. So my last settlement was very low. It was very, very low. And that also made me question, what in the hell am I freaking doing out here? And it was so discouraging. Out of 2 weeks, I basically made $500 more than I would have made if I had been working at my other job for 2 weeks. And not working, 2 weeks straight, and at least 10-hour, pretty close to 10-hour days. Well, we always work 10-hour days no matter what. We may not drive 10-hour days, but we always work 10-hour days. And I was just thinking, oh my freaking gosh. And that also made me just honestly just want to go and take a break. I was like, and this is going to sound stupid, and I don't mean for this video to be so negative and complaining so much, because that's not really my nature, and that's not what I like to try to do to you guys or do in general. But I also want to be honest about this shit. And I don't usually cuss, but I really want to be honest with you guys and, have you realize that, this is a lot of work out here. And yeah, some people say, oh, it's the easiest job you've ever had. There's portions of it that are really easy. And there's times I don't really feel like I am working. And I really do enjoy when I get to listen to podcasts and, just not have to deal with the politics of a regular 9-to-5 job and the job that I used to have. But at the same time, it also, there's times this is really, really, really hard out here. And you're not getting, I had said before how, and I want to kind of just take that back a little bit. So, in some of my very first videos, I was really anxious to get off of the trainer trucks. I was anxious to get off of my PSD trainer truck, and less anxious to get off of my TNT trainer truck. But both of those, I had visions and hopes and thoughts and dreams of being able to kind of do this the way that you want to do it. And with my PSD trainer, we did take showers in the evening time, and it was every other day. And I really am more of a morning shower than I am an evening shower. And I was like, well, I'm gonna get up and take showers. I knew I wouldn't every day, because I like to get off the grid. I don't like to always be in the truck stops. I get tired of the truck stops. And so I kind of really do like to park like in parking areas that seem safe, or rest areas. Plus, the way that I tend to drive, I never know for sure. I drive when they need me to drive. I don't have a set time. Haven't limited myself. Okay, I'll only drive this to this. I drive whatever needs to be done to get the job done and get the load there. So with that being said, I'm not always sure how far down the road I'm going to make it. And so I do end up, when I get about an hour from when my clock's going to run out, that'll tend to be when I start to try to find a place to stop. And so, needless to say, I said all that to say, when you are on a trainer's truck, there's two of you, and more so with the TNT trainer than with a PSD trainer, because I'm sorry, I keep looking around, I don't mean to. With the PSD trainer, you do all the driving. They are not driving for the most part. He drove I don't know, a few hundred miles, but that's about it. So you really are doing all the driving. They're just there to manage you and make sure they sit in the passenger seat and make sure that that you're learning, that you're following, that you're driving safely, that you don't have any questions, you don't get lost, things like you're doing the proper speed limits and things like that. So, but with the TNT trainer, I know I've said this before, but you're actually a team. You are a team. You can honestly, one of you can drive, pretty much your clock out and figure out, where you're going to stop, and then you swap out, and then the other one can take over and drive, pretty much their clock out and then swap out. But not only that, as I had said before, Willie always made sure I had showers every day, because he knew from the videos that I had previously posted how important that was to me. And so he did make sure I had showers every day, pretty much every day. There was only a few days that I didn't have showers, and those were usually days I was like, you know what, I know we're in a hurry, let's just go, I'm good. I've already, gotten myself all cleaned up and lotioned up and deodorant up and, change and all that good stuff. And so, let's just go ahead and go, and I'll get a shower tomorrow. But for the most part, I always got a shower. So, not only that, we were able to drive, because we did drive the team, we could drive really hard and get ourselves to wherever we were going to get to, and then we'd have a little bit of rest. Whereas, as a person out here by yourself, you're not able to do those things. You are not, first of all, like, per se, I have this load I'm doing right now. I took off yesterday. It was a 1,600 mile, maybe 1,700 mile load, actually, especially coming from where I started. And then I went over to Gooding, Idaho, from Idaho Falls over to Gooding, Idaho. And then I'm coming over to Minnesota. And so I think it's about a maybe 1,600 mile load. At least, might have been 17. Well, that's all by yourself, and I have 3 days to get it done. And so, and it's due at 9 o'clock on Thursday morning. And so, I have to do a lot of driving. I mean, not that I don't already have to do a lot of driving, but what I'm trying to say is that I have to run my clock out. I'm trying to watch, because I'm doing this on my 30-minute break. I have to run my clock out. If I don't run my clock out, I will not make it, period. There is not much rest time. I will, probably get my 10-hour breaks. On the third day, I may have to split. I'm not really sure. We'll see how, because it's delivering at 9 in the morning. It depends on if I still have, I think I'm under 7 now. I have about 690 miles or so, I think, to go. Let's see. 702 miles to go, and I have, like I said, I have to have it there by Thursday morning at 9. So I only have about maybe another 2 hours and 43 minutes on my clock, and that I'll be able to drive today. I probably won't be able to drive more than 2 of those, because I have to find myself a place to stop. And so I definitely will not probably be having a shower tonight, and I will barely get that 10-hour break. 10 hours goes by very, very, very fast. I know some argue and say it doesn't, but to me it does. And by the time that you get yourself something to eat, you try to do some whatever it is that you try to do. I try to do a little bit of meditating if I can. I try to, if at all possible, do a little bit of reading. I try to do some other things, and it's time for you to go to sleep. And then you're definitely not going to get to sleep probably 8 hours unless you're not doing anything else. And then when you wake up the next morning, like I said, you probably have had to gotten maybe 4 to 6 hours of sleep if you're lucky, maybe 7 if you're really lucky. And then you've got to try to get up, get yourself, dressed, get yourself ready for the next day. If you're going to try to take a shower and all that good stuff, that's going to take some time as well. So needless to say, all I'm trying to say is you don't have as much time out here as you think that you do. And maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the one that's having problems with time management. Maybe I'm the one that's having problems with trying to figure out the loads that I need to. That is a nice Nova. Oh my goodness gracious! Wow. But anyways, if maybe it's just me, like I said, maybe I'm not picking the right loads. I realize that I'm losing money on fuel. I realize that when I'm going over these mountains, and they're giving me these big loads that are going over these mountains, and I'm eating up fuel. And even this load that I'm taking right now, it was a pretty decent paying load, but by the time that I end up losing what I'm going to lose on the fuel, I don't know how it's going to turn out. I'm still trying to figure everything out and trying to get better and trying to learn and trying to realize, okay, where am I being deficient? Where can I do to try to make things more profitable? Where can I try to save time? What can I try to do, and also get myself some rest, because, man, oh man, guys, it can really be rough out here. And, beyond all of that, what else was I going to say? I have a lot to say probably, but I don't have much longer to go before I'm going to have to get ready to end this video. But I'm just going to check my time really fast. I didn't mean to make this quite so long. But
1 hour and 43 minutes of remaining drive time.
Needless to say, yeah, I'm definitely not going, I know what I was going to say. The wintertime. Oh my gosh. I can't even imagine what in the heck the winter's going to be like quite yet. And, I know everybody, survives it. I'm going to survive it too. I really am a survivor. I am I'm a fighter, and I'm not going to give up. Definitely not going to give up. But I am going to be realistic with you guys about how tough it can really be. And, some of you might be like, oh my gosh, you're just whining. I'm not whining. I'm being honest with you. And whatever grand ideas or romantic ideas that you have about what it's going to be out here, yes, some of it is. And some of it definitely isn't. And, I just think that before you make a decision to, change your life and switch up and come and do something like this, make sure that you've done a lot of research. Make sure that you have watched, I did a lot of research. I watched a ton of videos. I really spent a lot of time trying to be sure that this is what I wanted to do. I watched videos, and I'm sure that most of you have too, that are saying, okay, these are the things that, I hate about being a trucker. I mean, I tried to make, and I thought, okay, yeah, I could deal with that. Oh yeah, that's going to suck. Yeah, but I could deal with that. And, things that you love about it. And, just try to just do as much research as you possibly can and try to get a really good idea of what it is that you're walking into. And, before you make a leap and decide to make this leap, because although I do believe that it's worth it, I do believe it's going to get better. I do believe that, I am just going through growing pains, and I am on a learning curve as well. And so, I don't blame anyone else. I blame myself. I've got to figure this out. I am not a victim, never will be a victim. And so I will figure out what I need to do to make this work. And, with that all being said, I'm going to go on ahead and get ready to end this video because I'm about out of time. I'm hoping that I get some time back. It's not looking like I'm going to. I had to stop. Oh yeah, had to stop at the get weighed today, and they actually measured me and all this stuff. And so that took a little while out of my time. I had to adjust my tandems back a little bit, and or actually move them forward a little bit. So needless to say, I'm not sure. I knew I hadn't driven a full 3 hours when that happened, because I got stopped at the port of entry when you're coming into Wyoming out of Salt Lake. So definitely that doesn't take 3 hours to get that far. So I'm hoping I get a little bit of time back because I really need it right now. But I don't know. I kind of probably just rambled on a little bit here, but I definitely, I'm back. I will be pushing forward. I did, when I was at the terminal, I was able to find my other camera because my car was there. I was like, yesterday, last night I was like, oh, my car's here. And so I went and found my other camera and found the headpiece thing. Oh, it doesn't, yeah, I found my headpiece thing that I was missing so that I can hook the camera onto my actual head. And so I might be able to get some get some videos done I was trying to do. I did try to do a cooking video. I don't think I told you guys this. I tried to do another cooking video and it actually turned out really good. It was a quesadilla and it turned out really good, but it got cut off on me. I might have put that in that hurricane video, but I don't know if I did. But yeah, it ended up getting cut off on me. Oh, I got some hours back. Yay! So I have 2 hours and 57 minutes to go now. So I should be able to get this down to around 600 for sure. Hopefully under 500 and something. That's my goal. But anyway, the cooking video, it ended up, my dang camera ended up going out on me when I was about 20 minutes, well, about 10, 11 minutes into the video. It ended up going out on me all of a sudden. And so the first part of it turned out good, but the other part of it just got blocked out. So I will be working on that as well, trying to get that trying to get some more videos out here for you guys and some more content. And then also, I did want to say, when I was in Gooding yesterday, I had one of our fellow brother drivers that drives for Prime come up and say hello to me, and that was really awesome. Thank you, Robert. It was so nice to meet you, and thank you so much for coming out of your way to come and say hi to me. I really, really, really appreciated that. I appreciate your support. I appreciate all of you guys. I appreciate all of your support, all of you guys for watching my videos and putting up with me when I am just ranting on about how hard it is sometimes out here. But you know, I don't want to sugarcoat it, and I don't want to act to you guys like, oh, everything is beautiful and lovely and I'm just rocking out here and all this and all that, because you know, that's not necessarily the truth. And doesn't mean that I'm not going to push through it, and I'm not going to get through it, and I'm not going to eventually, you know, my goal is to get good at this, as good as I can possibly get at this, and to actually make a, you know, make some money here and be able to give. My goal is to get to the point where I can actually start giving forward and, you know, helping with other things and helping support, you know, give to causes and, you know, things like that. I do have, I'm going to go ahead and end this here shortly, but I did want to say that as much as this is going to really be rough, I'm doing the Toys for Tots to donate money for that, and so I'm going to do a fundraiser. So Eric had done this one chip challenge, and I am going to be doing this here for you guys pretty soon myself. I don't think I'll be able to do it live because I don't have enough followers yet or subscribers yet to be able to go live, I don't think. But I'm definitely going to do that for you guys. You guys are gonna, and I'll just video it and then, you know, just post it. But you guys are gonna get to see me probably tearing up and snotting and salivating and dying and all of that good stuff. So I'm going to do that within, I don't know, I'm not sure. I got to get the courage up to do it, but it'll be here as soon as I get a little bit of time. And so hopefully I can get some sponsors for that and try to raise some money for such a great cause as Toys for Tots. And I don't know, more things to come, you guys, more things to come. I have more stuff I want to talk about. I have things I want to show you guys now that I've got my headset for my for my camera. And it's not really a headset, it's like a hat thing. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about, but that I think will make it a lot easier to record. And anyway, all right, I think that's about it. Thanks for supporting me, you guys. Thank you for following me. Thank you for your encouraging words. Thanks for liking my videos, and thank you for subscribing. And if you have any advice or suggestions you'd like to give to me, please feel free to do so. I'm always open. I am still learning, and I am like trying to be like a sponge. There's so many of you that know so much more than I know, and I'm definitely open to that. And I'm so grateful for those of you that do support me. I know that like Lyle from No Hippie Trucking and Transportation, Lyle is very supportive, and I don't always reach out to him, but don't think I don't appreciate you, brother, because I do. And of course, my mentor, my friend, my trainer, Willie, the Million Mile Man, thank you so much. I really do adore you so much. I appreciate you. I apologize I don't reach out to you as much as I should, and as well as Jarvis as well. You're amazing also. I appreciate you. Miss Gypsy, I appreciate you as well so much. And Eric and Jenna, I know I don't reach out to you guys as much either as I should. I'm sorry, guys. I've never been a person to really do a lot of phone talking. Even when I was a teenager, I never was that person. I never was that kid that hung out on the phone all day, or that girl that hung out on the phone all day. And so, I mean, out here I do tend to talk a little bit more often than I did before. And, you know, before on my job, I had to do a lot of talking. And so, you know, just forgive me, guys. Don't think I don't appreciate you. Don't think I don't adore you or don't love you guys and all that good stuff, because I really do. It's definitely me and not you. All right, guys, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. As always, do something good for yourself, something to make your heart happy and your soul smile. If you've hung around this long, then as always, spread kindness, love, light, peace, hope, inclusion, acceptance, wishes and thoughts of blessings and well-being for your fellow brothers and sisters, instead of you know, those ugly things that are plaguing our worlds, like negativity, hate, vulgarity, prejudice, racism, you know, greed, what else? I mean, there's tons of things I could probably say, I'm quite sure. Competition, you know, people are, you see it out in the road all the time, you know, the people wanting to run you off the road to get it out in front of you, you know. There's enough out here for all of us, guys. There's enough out here for all of us, you know. So anyway, all right, everyone, have a great night, take care, and I will be back in touch here shortly. All right, guys, thank you. Laters, peace out, love you, bye.